because there was a tree that erected over Nimrod's grave. And his mother Semiramis told all the people, each year on his birthday you must put gifts under the tree. And if you don't, your hair would roll. That's what the bulbs on the tree represents. Right. No one is going into the history of these days and understanding they have nothing to do with God. It all goes back to Satan. Why? Because Satan has infiltrated the church. It says in 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, that do not marvel that Satan himself appears as an angel of light. Satan has become your God. He had promised when he was hurled that he would sit on the mount of God's people and he would be portrayed as God. Huh? And that's why they put up these images to be Jesus Christ. They deceive the whole world with these images and the teachings of the Bible. The Bible is true. The Bible, brothers and sisters, is true. But what they're teaching on the Bible is lies. And see, it ain't about a color thing. It's not about a color thing. We're not even going to go there. It's not just a color thing because we didn't make it a color thing. It became a color thing when people decided to put up this image to be Jesus Christ. That's when it became a color thing. When the Europeans said it wasn't good enough to bring forth the true image of God's people because our people will not be able to accept that Christ and his people were people of color. So we have to put up our own. Because we are the regal and great people of the earth. So they did that on their own. And not only that, they didn't just put up any man, they put up one of the worst men during their time. You understand? And I'm glad that there's someone out here that's willing to come out with truth and stand for truth. But I want to get one scripture before I turn it back to the brother that was speaking. Where's the brother at? Let's get Jeremiah 16. Can you grab Jeremiah 16 for me real quick? We're going to give it right back to the brother because it's good that now we live in the... That's why the Lord got this coming out in 2007, brothers and sisters. We're at the end. You have to understand the Lord is bringing out truth so you can wake from your sleep, so that you can come to the truth that we are actually the people of God. That's why this whole society has done many things to oppress the poor. Christ came out of the poor of the earth. All the leaders will come from substandard living. That's why they have a magnifying glass on the poor. That's why they're pushing drugs and alcohol and all these things and guns and self-hatred amongst the poor because they know where God's people are going to come out of. The word ghetto comes from what the Europeans call the Jews society that was living amongst Europe. They know that the Jews are the people in our ghettos are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. They know that. Did you know that? Huh? When did you find that out?
Years ago.
You was taught that the black people in America in the ghettos are the real Jews?
Yes.
You see that? Here it is. We can't even accept that we are the people of the Bible, but the other people can come out and tell you they learned it a long time ago. If our brothers and sisters and our young children understood that they were the children of God, not once would they want to kill themselves because there's a law about murder in our law. There's a law about stealing and all types of things. We've learned to be evil and wicked because we're living in a wicked society. We wasn't born this way. We were made this way. We was really regal and royal people, and we even had the other people, other nations coming out and saying the same thing. So you know that the people in the ghettos, the North American Indians, the Puerto Ricans, and all of them are the children of Israel.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Sure. And here's something else. You talk about killing and everything against the law, against whose law? It's not against man's law because man will kill you in a second if you don't have enough money.
You see that? And you know why? Because this society, and this is amazing, this society can throw someone in jail for murder when that's how this country was inhabited. We're about to celebrate a day called Thanksgiving, and we're going to thank God for doing what? Slaughtering and killing the North American Indians after the Indians taught them how to reap crops, how to live through the winter. Showed them how to live, and now we got a holiday called Thanksgiving, thanking God for killing the North American Indians.
Well, they didn't just kill them.
Huh?
They kidnapped them, raped them, It forced them to go back to England to show that they existed.
And these are God's people. A lot of you don't even, the tribe of Gad are God's people. And what he's doing right now, telling the truth, it was written in the Bible that he would do that. Read Jeremiah 16 and 19. Read.
O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction.
And we are in the day of affliction. Look what's going on with our people, killing cops and dying at a vast rate. And guess what? This whole nation has a plan for you people in the ghetto, and you don't even realize it. They're planning to take this whole thing down.
Hey, I want to ask you something. You made a statement, right? You said Christ wasn't born on the 25th, so what day was he born?
I'm going to give you that.
Well, give me that.
I'm going to give you that. Let me read this first, okay? Go ahead, read.
In the day of my affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth.
The Lord said the Gentiles shall come before thee from the ends of the earth, like they're doing now. The Gentiles are the nations outside of the children of Israel. Read.
And shall say, surely our fathers had inherited lies.
And will say, surely our what?
Our fathers have inherited lies.
They will say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. These lies that we've learned in this country was handed down from the founding fathers. And now he's coming before us today at the end, because we're near the end, brothers and sisters, saying what? We've inherited lies. All these years you've been taught what? History. His story. That's what history is. His story. But the other story, they don't want you to learn the other story, because the other story is bad. That all the days we're celebrating is pagan. European pagan holidays. And it's natural. If you're ruling, you're going to bring the worships in the earth. They brought the pagan worship from over Europe, over here. And made the people, oppressed the people, and made them celebrate Christmas, made them celebrate Thanksgiving, made them celebrate Easter. And it's high-level psychological warfare where you can make people think that they're voluntarily doing it. They make you think that you're doing this on your own. No, you're not. You've been taught that. Our foreparents died not worshiping it because we knew that these were all heathenistical days. Now you ask a question. If Christ's birthday is not December 25th, what day is it? You know what? That's why we can't go into the Bible and show it, because Christ never said follow his birthday. And guess what? Out of all the days of doing it, it tells you in Luke that the sheep were abiding in the fields with the shepherds during Christ's birth. Even in Jerusalem, the winter is bitter cold. You can't have a kid outside, and sheep are out there. The sheep are taken inside during the bitter winter, even in Jerusalem. So how can the sheep be abiding in the field if Christ was born during that time? It was during the harvest time, like October. But the Bible never says the exact day. Now, the question is, out of all the days of the earth, why would they choose December 25th? When they know that Nimrod was born on December 25th in Babylonian custom.
Well, really, they said they seen the star. That they followed the star.
Yes,
on the 25th of that day.
but it wasn't the 25th. It wasn't the 25th when that star, when the wise men.
It wasn't the day that Christ was born. They just seen the star.
They seen the star. But guess what? When they see the star in the sky, it still wasn't December 25th. See, but that's the whole thing. It was warm. How can Christ be outside? You have a newborn baby outside in a day of winter. You can't. Now, going back to this, why is it that December 25th is the day? None of us did the research and understand that Nimrod was born on December 25th. Who was Nimrod? In Genesis the 11th chapter, he was the builder of the original temple that they built to try to take down God. Why would they be celebrating Christ's birthday on a day when Nimrod was born? If you're going to pick any day out of the year, why? Because Satan have inhabited this earth. Satan is ruling everything right now, and he got all the people following him. There's another thing. Give me Jeremiah the 10th chapter. Here it is, we're cutting down trees all